Yes, 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 yes.
Oh yes, oh yes.
Yes, yes, yes. All right. What is up, fam? It's your boy Demuir here, Purveyor of all sounds underground. Introducing with me, as per usual, is Wasteman Juano. We're in the house here. In the background, you're listening to my newest one called Butter Groove on the Stop Your Mind EP on Purveyor Underground. Go cop that, man. This is the funky track, Butter Groove. I'm pretty proud of how this EP is doing. This is the first EP. I'll just fade this right out. This is the first EP that is not on our good friends at Spotify.
You're already going into that one, Nick.
No, man. Because it's funny shit, man. All these characters out here in the dance music industry thinking, "Oh my God, I can't believe you love Spotify." We talked about this many times, but the feedback is good, just the same. I did an advance sale on my Bandcamp with the EP, and it sold pretty well. It went exclusive on Beatport last Friday, so I'm happy. Sales are doing well.
Now, for me, I already dumped Spotify for Tidal. So
pocket right here. What are you saying?
For me, I already dumped Spotify for Tidal. So
yeah, we captured that last week, which is
so far I'm liking the experience. I think they need to update the app a little bit. I think it needs some work. I don't think it's the worst thing in the world, and I do appreciate high audio quality. I've talked about that numerous times, and everyone I know that tries it goes, "Holy fuck, that's impressive! Like that's some good shit."
Yeah, no, it's all good. So the saga continues in a post Spotify world. So you know what? I was looking back over the weekend, Easter weekend, by the way. I hope your Easter was well for everyone listening to the pod here on Friday. Easter was pretty quiet, and I'm not surprised by that. We're in lockdown 3.0.
Lockdown started Saturday, man. Friday, everything was packed, man. You couldn't fucking go a single place without...
You know what's what's even crazier is we're in Toronto, Canada. For those of you that don't know, what's crazy is our case count went from 1,600 to 1,800 a day, and then boom, all of a sudden it's like 3,100 cases in one day.
Yeah. I was talking to my neighbor. And
that trend just continued. I'm like, how does that happen?
My neighbor, Mike, the Asian dude there, he works at the Brampton Hospital, and he's telling me, he goes, "Man, those ICUs are starting to get filled."
That's crazy.
And he says the thing is, it's not old people.
Yeah,
it's all young motherfuckers.
Like 30s, 40s.
No, not even under 30s now.
Like 20s,
because
man?
The British variant, he was explaining to me, the British variant creates blood clots. And, yeah, no, it's true. It's not, it's the British variant that creates the blood clots, right? And, yeah, it's just been filling up the ICUs in Brampton, at least. But in Brampton, they act like there's no fucking virus, man.
Wow, Brampton's on some next shit,
Brampton's on a special breed, man.
I grew up there with Tristan. Shout out to Tristan. What's going on? I heard he's back with Khloe Kardashian now. Shout out to Tristan, man. Repping out here, beating two tings and moving back and forth seamlessly.
Bro, let's get into the topics. And I'll tell you what happened. Did you see what happened in Toronto 2 nights ago?
No. With what?
Some motherfucking kids to protest started setting a street on fire, doing donuts. They stomped on cop cars. It was fucking crazy. Did you not see Six Buzz?
Bro, I was reading something that said Toronto, or the province of Ontario rather, has been in lockdown much longer than comparable states or provinces in North America. Like over 300 plus days, which I didn't even think about, which is crazy. Yeah. So I'm not surprised. The longer this continues, the more people that are going to be bugging out and acting crazy and showing up. Like, you're feeling it, man.
You know,
I
it's
don't really
crazy,
feel it
man.
because
It's,
my ass is working, doing shit in here most
but
of the time.
not everyone can be the same way, right?
No,
It's just whack, right? Like because of that, and because all that shit's been recently happening with the police, like they really been fucking trying to get everyone for anything because they can't meet quotas, so they just fucking been. So last night, like 2 nights ago, I think it was Saturday, at the
hmm
beginning of lockdown at night, Six Buzz posted a video, and it was these kids. It's called the Takeover Group. And it's just like
yeah,
fucking kids on the age of 30. They literally grabbed gas jugs, started doing a circle, lit it on fire, and there were just kids slinging donuts, which is so stupid. Like it's so
yeah,
like that. I would never endorse. Stomping on the
yeah.
police car was pretty entertaining. I'll show a video about that later.
I think everybody is. It just popped up in my notifications. Ontario reports 5,979 new cases.
Of course,
It's
always.
fucked up. It's messed up. But anyway,
Oh, here's
just
the video.
continue to be be safe and well, y'all. Um, you know, take it easy. Be
Yeah,
safe out
don't
there
be
in the
doing
street.
stupid shit like this. Stomping on a cop car.
Yeah, man.
It's fucking crazy, man.
It's dude, the kids, man, you know, they're just having a rough time right now,
Well, bro,
man.
I went. Let me put it this way: when lockdown started, I was just able to drink in Canada. By the time lockdown ends, I'm gonna be able to drink in the U.S.
In Canada, we're allowed the legal drinking age here is 19 years of
In
age.
Ontario, and Quebecois is 18.
Oh, that's right. And they also have a longer, a later last call. Instead of 2 a.m. in Ontario, it's 3 a.m. in Quebec.
That's the only thing they've done right.
Quebecois.
Quebecois, the wish
Uh,
version of France.
but anyway, it is what it is. I think the positive thing about the situation, although we're deep into the third wave here, is the fact that there is a vaccine available,
Multiple, but
and
not until you're 50.
yeah, and while the amount of the dosages, at least here in Canada, I think last week some shit got moved up. I think it was Pfizer, the Pfizer shipment that got moved up. Can't
Pfizer,
remember.
yeah, my neighbor got Pfizer a week ago.
Yeah, so you know what I'm saying. It's I'm gonna turn off these notifications, man. Our Discord be popping today.
Always, fam, always. If you guys haven't
Discord be
joined, go to
popping
Discord.
today, man. It's really cool. I want to move off from lockdown, man. The shit is just depressing.
That's an understatement, guy. It's
With this
fucking
virus thing,
awful.
it's surreal. And sometimes I catch myself and I can't believe this shit is actually happening.
For you, I imagine
So
it was very different, especially because you went from touring to home. It went from you actually seeing the world to seeing, your studio nonstop. It was good. You've been
yeah,
able to output some really good music recently.
honestly, I'm not too I'm not too fussed about being being at home and shit. I am not too fussed about that at all. I'm generally um, more of a homebody anyway, so
Yeah, you're more of an introvert.
I don't. Well, I wouldn't call myself an introvert
But you just kind of
necessarily.
prefer being at home, doing work rather than going out and getting fucked up.
Like I'm working, I'm creating. That doesn't mean I wouldn't mind having a good conversation with some good trim or something. You know,
Well, cancel Demuir right there.
you don't know what trim is, eh, Juan? You're too
Somebody.
young for that. That's old. You don't know what trim is, but I'm all good. Having talking to some ladies and beating some pom pom. So it's all good. That makes me social in that sense. And depending on the frequency, I guess it would make me a social light.
Don't push it, buddy. Don't push it.
You wouldn't know about them things, bro. But yeah, hey, I do miss certain pieces of traveling you know, it was pretty exciting that every other week I got to go somewhere and, check out a place for 2 to 3 days, come back home, work on music, and do it all over again. That was pretty fun and exciting. But honestly, I I can't complain about the things that have happened over the last year. Just locking it down, starting up the Patreon, growing our socials, putting out more useful content that helps people. So all of that are positives for me in the way I see it. Um, yeah, I don't mind it at all. For
Fair
you,
enough.
that's why your ass got COVID because you're still running around like.
Well, it was Andy. He was at work. It's just one of those things where you
What do you
know.
mean it's one of those things, man? I told your ass to sit down and relax, and you're always running like it's like I'll call the phone, you call your phone, and like Juan, where are you? Oh, I'm just out here in the park hanging out with some friends, and I'm like, dude, like you should be at home, man. What, like, what part of lockdown did you not understand?
All of it.
We're in a pandemic. What part of that did you not understand? This fucking guy's running all over the place, like, bro. And then you caught it. Then you got that shit, like fucking Boris and Trump. Your homies, man. Your compadres.
My essays.
Yes.
Yagüe. But honestly, like I said, it really depends on the person. If you're very high risk, obviously, that shit's gonna take you. And especially if you get the British variant, that's where the blood clots come in, and they come in at any age. Like I said, my friend said, most of the people he's getting are very young, and they just got the British variant, and that shit creates blood clots, and that shit's what'll fuck you up, right? More than anything, because the actual fever and shit, that's not a big deal. But what'll kill you is the after effect of it.
Crazy. It's a crazy.
It's insane.
It's a
The
crazy,
thing is, we
crazy
were
world.
open for 10 fucking days, and remember that Trini place we ate.
Yeah.
So it's funny. He goes a good. He was literally investigating to see if he could open a patio, and they're like, "Yeah, go ahead, start buying everything. No worries. We won't be going into lockdown for a while, so you should be fine." Fucking right as he was about to put a down payment on the things to get a patio going, they go,
Yeah.
"We're announcing lockdown." He's like, "Those sons of bitches."
Yo, man. It's you can't listen.
Bro, that was
Nothing
10 days
is
of open.
nothing is certain right now, man. I
No,
think you just
bro, and it's crazy because
gotta keep
it doesn't just affect a restaurant. It affects everything. It'll really affect from our industry. Obviously the whole entertainment industry is fucking whack right now. Small businesses like hair salons and bro, there's a reason I haven't been able to get a haircut. It was open for 10 fucking days.
well. That's part of the perils of not being a smooth black man like myself.
I know, not putting cocoa butter on my head.
Just shave your head and you look fantastic.
Okay, The Rock.
You know what I'm saying? Like that. Uh, hey, man, it is what it is. The other thing about, most recently, because I haven't really seen much popping off in the news, other than, you know, if you're an avid producer and you know your samples and you know your hip hop and your old school R&B versus had Earth, Wind and Fire versus the Isley Brothers last night. Nothing that you would know about Juan because you're waste
I know.
and you don't understand them things. Steve Harvey hosted it. I'm kicking myself that I didn't get on Triller to watch that, man. It's historic. But
Earth,
that's
Wind, and
another.
Fire is the ones that made what is that song? September or some shit like that.
Sorry?
I think the song. What is it called? September. The song they made.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Yeah, bro. Who doesn't
Actually,
remember that line?
September was actually written by, yeah, they performed it, but it's I forget her name. It's this white chick that wrote it. Um, but that's one of their famous songs.
Probably their most famous.
Brazilian Rhyme is another one. If you're into your house music and you know your house breaks, look up Brazilian Rhyme by Earth, Wind and Fire. Isley Brothers, that's that Biggie remix. Between the Sheets is the original song. I love it when you call me Big Papa. You know the
Yeah.
dun dun. Oh, dun, mm, mm, mm.
Okay, black man.
Yeah,
Yo, I didn't know you're from Harlem, guy. Jeez.
yeah, bro. Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
bro.
So they had that battle last night, and I'm kicking myself. I really should have tuned in to watch that, but I don't know. I just, you know me, man. I just got into other projects and
Yeah, you're nonstop work. You're a workaholic.
kept kept working away. Speaking of which, um, we got another video coming, part two of the mono versus stereo conversation. That video did pretty. I was really
Pretty decent.
shocked and surprised the amount of questions that came back on that video, where people, because I talk about, if you're in underground dance electronic music, I talk about mixing and creating your shit in mono all the time,
Yeah.
and people are still asking questions. Even Kenny Glasgow jumped in the conversation.
Really?
He was like, in the spirit of self improvement or whatever. Kenny's a dope cat.
Of course, guy.
He's
You
like,
know him with a little trucker hat and the flannel shirt.
yeah, man, and just staying in that CDJ mode.
Yeah, I know he's a little weird like that. But yo, you can't even
Kenny,
deny it. At the club, he slaps, bro.
Kenny, I love you, but you surprised me with that CDJ mode. I thought you'd be a vinyl dude. You know?
Well, if you own CDJs long enough, vinyl mode didn't get introduced till the 1000s in 2001, 2004.
Yeah, but there's no greater. I don't know. It's a completely different experience when you're in vinyl mode. I think.
It is.
Don't you think?
No, it is. I agree with that. It's
You play in vinyl mode in sync, right?
funny. No, sometimes I play in CDJ mode. To be quite honest with you.
Why? Why? You know what? I'm interested in understanding that because I never flipped to the CDJ mode. Why? Why do you
Sometimes it's
CDJ mode?
sometimes I would say it's convenience. You just can do a lot of little cool things with it that are interesting. I feel
But,
like actually beat matching is easier.
oh, of course. So that's right up your alley. If it's easier.
No, it's just it's a different experience. It's one of those things that you have to try and not just try it for 30 seconds and go, oh, that was my experience with it. No, you have to try to play a set with it, and once you do it, you're like, oh, okay, so I see the appeal of it, right? Because I've seen a lot of techno DJs use it, and the reason why is because you can do a lot of little cool effects with it. It's not because in house and techno you don't really scratch. That's not really the purpose of it, right? That's not very common.
Yeah, but you can if you.
No, you can 100%. I've seen
Shit up.
DJs scratch in, but it's just something that is it's very hard to do right. It's very easy to do, but very hard to do right. So it sounds good.
Sounds like your generation needs to practice more, son.
Yeah, probably, guy. I've only had about 2 hours in the last week and a half.
Wow, that's well, you need
Bro,
to
it's just been busy. It's just I've been hustling away.
you need to kick that up a notch. You need to look at where you're spending your time. Um, but yeah, so just to come back, mono versus stereo, I did a part two of that video that'll be dropping whenever, and I literally just talk about the setup and what it looks like, and what I meant by having, convert to mono on the master chain, and how that influences mixing decisions. I wouldn't say I'm the greatest. I have the greatest mix downs. I'm not saying that, but the sure as hell are improving each and every day.
Yeah, you
And
learn something new every day.
so, pardon?
You got to learn something new every day.
No, absolutely. And
Yeah,
you,
people
you
don't
got to
understand that these days, man.
self improvement. And I just think the mixing part of songs is something. If anybody says I'm a master at mixing down tracks, like whatever, get the fuck out of
Yeah, I
here,
know.
man.
It's fucking bullshit. No one.
Like, you'll never achieve mastery in that. There'll always be some cat that has
A trick
something
that's next level.
about your mix down. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. And it's something that could also be very subjective too.
sure.
Right?
Yeah, depending on your taste, right?
Yeah.
So you got to take it in step with what results you're getting if you're signing records, and putting releases out there versus what your mastering engineers are saying versus how your records compete with other records. So anyway, look out for that video. It's a good one. It's a longer one too, surprisingly. Um, but it's I highly recommend it as a watch for um,
For
no
anyone
matter what you're
that
at.
yeah, it's something that you're gonna need to know, right? Because
Because I wish I would know that.
I know for my mixes, I fuck up a lot. Recently, I have actually been producing music. Good news, I've been back on that.
Oh yeah,
I've
where
been
the
back.
tracks at?
Well, I'm slowly working on that. I am, I'm watching funny enough the videos that I make with you. I'm rewatching the shit that we do, and I can recite the whole intro by heart. Um, but
Of course.
no, I just been watching it. It was one of the things that I want to get back into it. I've been watching the master class for YouTube to improve it. Right. I kind of want to challenge myself to do something. I want to challenge myself to try to output at least 2 videos a week on my own channel.
Mm, well,
Right.
that's. I mean,
Self
it's
improvement to me is a very important thing. Right. There's a reason I like to do certain things. It's because I want to improve myself, not only physically but mentally, and I think that's a very important part.
no for sure, man. And I to stay at it. I love the degree of accountability on Discord. Like I usually go in there on every Monday on our Discord channel. If you're not familiar,
But you're more
click
than every Monday.
check it out. But each Monday, I'll go in there Monday morning and say, "Yo, what goals y'all smashing this week?" And there's like, people are working on shit, and
Of
pushing
course,
each
right?
other.
This is the time that people got to take advantage, right? And you gotta take bad things that are happening in the world, and then you're not gonna change it yourself. You're not gonna fucking find a cure or a perfect vaccine that you're gonna fucking manufacture at home with olive oil. So what fucking difference are you gonna make? You gotta be at home. So take that opportunity and fucking go ahead and work hard, right? Don't fucking
You
be
swear
doing
a
nothing
lot
at
more.
home.
You swear a lot more on this podcast than you do
I
in
swear a
person.
lot, so fuck off.
Just no, you don't. You in
I
general
swear a
you don't.
lot.
It's
Fuck.
like I almost
I,
wonder
I
like
realize that's one of my flaws.
what are you trying to achieve with that?
I don't honestly. I don't try to achieve anything. It's just the way I speak, right? It's this Hispanic
Mm,
thing, right?
that's the way you speak.
Yeah, it's a
Whatever, man.
Hispanic thing. Hispanics swear a lot.
I have the perfect remedy. We'll just throw your girlfriend in the room, and we'll get a whole other
No.
one experience. We'll get a whole other, very attentive and
No, it's funny
no.
because I swear a lot, and then there's me swearing when I'm doing something I'm focused on, and it's like
Yeah.
next level. Like just
Oh,
ask Andy, whenever we go work on my shit on my car or whatever, all you hear is son of a fucking cunt. Like you just start cussing.
go. Talking about your fucking car again.
Yeah, bro, it's the best car ever made, bro. You're just cheese because you have a mom wagon.
Whatever. Whatever. We shall continue on to the break of dawn.
You know what? I
Uh,
think this is a perfect opportunity to mention. If you guys are not on Patreon, go to patreon.com/official Demuir or Demuir official, where we have a contest going on with the Phil Weeks and Demuir contest. It's a remix contest. You guys have to sign up. You guys get all the samples and everything you need from there. The best
yeah, yeah.
remix that's done will be published on Purveyor Underground, and you guys will be on a record label. So it's not a bad take,
Yeah.
and I would say do it because what do you have to lose? $10, not even. Because at the end of the day, you get so much
Well, we
value
spoke
out
about
of it.
pod. We spoke about that last pod. I don't want to go in on those cheap motherfuckers here
Yeah,
today, but
but yeah. So if you guys haven't signed up, go to patreon.com/Demuir official, where you guys can go ahead sign up, get all the samples and everything you need. When does the contest end?
May 14th is the deadline.
There you go, May
So
14th deadline. So get to work and don't let your time go to waste. Take advantage of this time. Fucking output some good ass music while you're at it.
yeah, that's we already spoke about the opportunities. Phil's remix is already in. Um, I thought I muted these notifications.
I just have to mute my WhatsApp.
Is that you?
No, but I just muted my WhatsApp because I
I
kept
muted.
getting
I
tagged.
shut off notifications. on Discord. Anyway, Discord is popping. We got the contest that's popping as well. The remix of "To Be a Star" featuring Phil Weeks, as Juan was just explaining. So, uh, do make a note to check it out. It's a great opportunity. I'm already starting to see some pretty good submissions come through on my IG, and please tag me. I'll repost it on my IG stories and everywhere else because I like shit like that. I like hearing what people do with the sounds and stuff. So
Right. It's
it's
always
all good.
interesting because someone always has a different perspective on a certain audio and how it should be used. Whether
Hmm.
it's a bass line or whatever, they might chop it up, or they might leave the whole thing playing, or they might go ahead and, make it higher pitch, or there's always something creative to do with it. And it's super interesting because you can make a song completely different to its original.
Yeah, no doubt. All right. The next thing to talk about, just an update with me. So I sold my monitors. By the way, I sold them my Yamaha HS8s. So
Nice.
if you're in Toronto, you missed out. If you're not in Toronto, well, if you are in Toronto actually, and you didn't hear about this deal, you missed out. I sold the pair for like $4 just to help new and aspiring people. I love those monitors, man.
Yeah, it
But
sounded so good.
in comparison to the Focal Alpha 80s, it's
Well, the Focals also cost a shit ton more. They're like double.
no, it's not. Well, yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
about
roughly about double. Yeah.
it, but
Yeah.
it's you get what you pay for, bro.
100%. And I think this
So
brings us into the next topic: gear to buy or not. Um,
wait, well, I wasn't.
Oh, you weren't
What,
done? Or you weren't done? Oh, tell us a story about your Yamahas. How you took them to the beach. How you had a nice time. How meaningful
like
they were to you.
I don't
Oh,
understand that about. I don't understand that about you. You see, I'm like, excuse me for interrupting you while I was speaking. Like, yeah, see, you have to pause on that, right? Because that's what it's like when people are talking to you, Juan.
you're a waste,
Man
man.
are
You're
making
just a
a
waste.
point.
You're
They're
straight up
talking.
waste guy.
You just
You're a bucket guy. You put a bucket hat on.
here's what's going on. Like,
You're such a bucket.
here, here's what's going on. No, so as I was saying, let me get closer to the mic here. The HS8s were great for its time. Um, they were the monitors I got when I decided to get back into the game. Actually, that's not correct. I got those and the HS5s because you know, um, I was gonna run them, together back and forth for reference purposes. But I love the HS8 so much; it was like the flattest reference to me that I just kept those in conjunction with my sub, and I was able to get some good mixes off in my previously untreated studio. And High Live and Dirty were made on those monitors, but in this studio here, I'm gonna miss those things. But you know, there always comes a time and place where you got to up your game. So I got those in addition to another Apollo 8 sound card to track out my MPCX because I'm doing some more hip hop shit now. So yeah, man. I always think it's good to invest in yourself at the right time, but the HS8s, in my opinion, really good starter monitors up to professional. If you love them, just keep them.
Yeah,
I
100%.
definitely
You had
care
them for like
much
10
more
years.
about full plates. Pardon?
You had them for like 10 years.
Yeah. Well, 8 years actually, but
8 years, yeah.
I hear you know, excuse me. I have to plug this in. Um, you definitely technical difficulties.
You forgot to plug in the laptop?
No, man. Honestly, I was like, I gotta lose 2.5 hours on this shit.
There's a
But of
gaming laptop.
course,
You never get that.
you don't get that shit. So yeah. Anyways, I had to plug in the battery pack.
You know,
Um, go ahead. So, what is your point?
so I had a bit of a thought, okay? Because right
Yeah.
now, if obviously as you're very very well aware, we're in the middle of the great chip shortage, right? Every industry is affected, from computers to phones, industry, automotive, even musicians. Everyone's affected, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it blows my mind because I see shit that shouldn't be worth its price and it's worth, you know 20-30% more. And the way I see it is, yeah, obviously the chip shortage is not going to end for a very long time, right?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
honestly, the way I'm seeing it is it's getting expanded even more and more and more till probably 2022, like mid year
Mm-hmm.
to end of year, easily, right? Everything is just because the moment things come in stock, everyone just goes and takes it for themselves, right? Instantly, right? And I think right
Yeah.
now is a time where you have to evaluate what you need and what you don't need. As a musician, you got to look at yourself and say, do I really need a new computer? No. How about monitors? Do I need monitors? Okay, yes or no. And you look at it and you say,
Mm-hmm.
well, what's another alternative to monitors? Maybe I can't afford monitors right now because they might be at a higher price, right?
Right.
Because
Mm-hmm.
obviously that again does affect manufacturing because there is microprocessors and monitors, right?
Yeah.
That's the reality of it, and you have to look at it and say, sometimes maybe you might just buy good DJ headphones, X7s, X5s, or buy Sennheisers. And right now I'm running the X5s. Andy has the X. No, sorry, these are the X7s. Andy has the X5s, and you have the X10s, right? And
Mm-hmm.
what I would suggest for people right now is, if you want to improve your mix quality, but don't necessarily want to spend $400, $500, $600 on monitors, right? And getting stock right now is a bitch for everything, man. Like, I know people that work at bike stores that can't even sell bikes because they sell out before they even arrive, right?
Yeah.
It's insane. But yeah, so what I'm thinking is, if you guys need something to listen on, go ahead and pick up a copy of SonarWorks Reference for the headphone edition, and just pick yourself up some nice headphones that are listed under their compatibility, whether that's X5, X7s, Sennheisers, or Audio Technicas. Once top tip of the day.
That's that's Juan's pro tip. Yeah. No, there is definitely truth in what you're saying. I honestly, like, I'm on. These are the Sennheiser HD 650s.
Yeah.
Uh, and it came with SonarWorks when I purchased it. They're the best things, man. Like,
No, I've
I
heard them before. They're crystal clear. They're so good.
yeah, I've told people, especially those who are living in condos like myself, like, and you want to avoid noise complaints and stuff. They're really a good investment. Also for reviewing your mix downs at lower levels. They're great for that too. I swear by SonarWorks. I tell people all the time. It's
No, it's
a
amazing, man.
necessary thing you need to have in your arsenal, man.
Everyone I bring here that I show them SonarWorks on my HS5s, they're like, this is the best audio I've ever heard. And these are motherfuckers that spend so much money on audio, right? And they listen to this shit and they go, what the fuck? I've never been able to hear this in a track or whatever, right? To them, it's just something that's next level that they haven't heard before, right? And it's one of those things that's very important, and it works amazingly on headphones, right? The X5s, X7s, so good. So SonarWorks is a must for anyone. Even if you're just an audiophile and want to listen to music, get SonarWorks, man. You'll hear it in a
Yeah,
completely different light.
no, absolutely. So, yeah, grab that. Um, Part of shifting gears here, just mad shouts and respect and love and recognition to the anniversary of Frankie Knuckles parting from us, March 31st, 2014. Frankie left us. He's considered one of the godfathers and pioneers of
Bro, he is the
house music.
Godfather.
Yeah. I mean, all of the people I certainly look up to in the game were lucky enough to have spent some time with Frankie. I never met him, but he's played Toronto a few times. Um, and I know the promoters that brought him here, but they never really they
Yeah.
weren't fucking with me at the time. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little hurt by that still.
Yeah, no, Frankie Knuckles is a legend when it comes to that. If you watch any House documentary, he is the name that's always brought up.
Yeah. So from New York to Chicago, um, you know Frankie Knuckles is it. So R.I.P. out Frankie Knuckles. He had that cool sort of commercial crossover track called the Whistle Song. It's so fucking dope. But anyway, R.I.P. out to Frankie Knuckles. I just wanted to shout him out, recognize him on the anniversary of his death. Um, you know, I don't know if there's anything else, bruh.
It's been a pretty dead week, other than like the fucking in the music industry, other than like the Nike lawsuit and shit. Like other than that, it's been pretty quiet.
Well, no, they're hey, the music industry ain't sleep. I'm telling you, bro. There's things. So here's a trend that's happening in the music industry, and I think it'll eventually come to dance music, depending on the size of your catalog, of course. So I think I hate this, but I think it's called Big Shot Management. Sold uh, some of their catalog off to an investment group. I think they manage Justin Bieber and stuff. So I you'd have to look into it some more, but there's this trend happening where whoever owns massive catalogs, they're just starting to sell them off to like huge firms, investment firms.
Yeah.
Simon, so this is way out of your generation, Juan, but Bridge Over Troubled Waters. Um, what other hits did Paul Simon have? You Can Call Me Al. Yeah. Um, he
I know
has
it's
a
been a while,
substantial.
man.
Nah, yeah. Hey man, I'm not a huge Paul Simon dude either. It's like my parents' generation. So, but it's becoming the trend. Mick Fleetwood of Fleetwood and Mac sold a huge chunk of his catalog off. And the reason why this is relevant for us as conversation here in electronic music or dance music is again, it's reinforcing that importance of owning your shit.
Yeah.
It I can't stress this any further. These guys are making bank because they own their shit. Like they don't have anybody else saying, "Hey, I need my cut," or "You need to get my permission first before you sell that shit." So let this be a reminder to you, and it dovetails on our conversation from last week when we spoke about the Tencent and the investment firm deal when they're setting up that record label up in China for like billions of dollars.
You
Uh,
know,
just purely license shit to media because
this
this is the future, man. Like it's here,
this
and
reminds
if
me a
you don't,
lot of sorry to interrupt, but Scooter Braun.
yeah,
So recently, not recently, last year, he had bought out Taylor Swift's catalog, right?
yeah, and she tried to buy it back from him.
And he said like a fucking high price. And then what she did an even dumber move in my opinion. Was what she did is she tried going after him, like just fucking saying,
Yeah,
"Oh,
that I
he's a
agree with you there.
sexist
She
pig."
signed an agreement. She signed an agreement.
You signed an agreement, and the thing is, okay, so he was setting a price, whatever. You can say yes or no. Then you going after a motherfucker who clearly doesn't care. He has more money than he gives a fuck, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that reminds me of that, and it's one of those things where you're the one that signed off. Why the fuck are you mad, right? You're pissed about something that you shouldn't be, because at the end of the day, you're the one that agreed to all of this. You sold it to a label, and then when the label finally says, "All right, well, we're gonna get rid of it," they sold it to Scooter Braun. He's like, "So what?" Like he's just a businessman. That's the way I see it, right?
Yep.
You can't be mad at the motherfucker for making a ton of money. You really can't.
No. Hey, I'm not hating on him. I mean,
No, I'm
I
saying
think.
I think she did a stupid move there, and then her going after him is like so dumb.
Well, it's more of I think she was trying to make a more of a moral and strategic statement, which allowed her to say, "Hey, when she signed that agreement, she was like 17 years old. You know,
Yeah,
like
I don't know. And then
she's
pulling out the whole fucking sexist card and all that, that to me was like she got desperate and just tried to pull whatever, and her was let's pull out the he's sexist card.
perhaps, but point is, point still stands. People start owning your own shit. Do not be afraid to go back to old labels and say, I need my masters back. Send out a generic email saying, hey, the agreement is done. This shit is coming back to me. Fuck, man. When I went into that process, motherfuckers had my shit on TikTok, bro. They
Did
had
they?
it on fucking TikTok.
Oh, so some girls were doing the whoa to it.
Yeah, exactly. They weren't selling that on Beatport or anywhere else, but on fucking TikTok, my tune was there for videos, and it took a while to get it down, but I
Why
got
you
that
didn't
shit.
want it on TikTok?
Well, no, not really. I mean, for that song and what it was, it's just like, I mean, yeah, maybe it's meme worthy. It was a song called Dragon Breath that I did. It was talking about my experience of this chick I dated, and her fucking jealous ass friend was talking all kinds of shit about me. Oh, Demuir's on drugs. He fucked my friend last week. Then he dug out her mom and her aunt.
Well, only one of those three is true.
You know what I'm saying?
It's the middle one.
So, and she happened to have bad breath, this girl. So I made a song called Dragon Breath, and uh, that was the track. So the label I signed it to originally, the agreement expired. I want to say like 2 years ago. Uh, and of course, with pandemic, everybody's home, whatever. So I'm like, okay, they were on the list. So I reached back out. I said, hey, where's this expired? Can you take the song down? It's still up. And then he starts coming at me with all this business bullshit. Oh, you're supposed to tell me 90 days before the expiration date, so it automatically renews. And if I got to take it down, my distributor's going to charge me,
Ugh.
which is true. That was in the agreement. And the reason why distributors will charge a label for taking down a record is because it's lost revenue to them, because
Yeah.
they get a cut, right? So they're just passing the penalty back to the artist, which was me in this case. So naturally, I was a little perturbed by that, but I said, "All right, no problem." I knew who the distributor was and who managed the agreement, and I just said, "Listen, man, I would really appreciate it if you just take this down," and they did it. So I have the track. I can do whatever I want with it,
Yeah.
and Bandcamp has just been phenomenal as well in conjunction with Patreon. I haven't posted that track yet, or did I? I have to
Well, if anything,
check.
it might go on patreon.com/Demuir official.
Yeah, check it out. Or it might be on my Bandcamp. I'm not sure,
Or both.
but that was the point of that one. Like, you gotta own that shit. You got a lot more flexibility in what you can do with ownership. You don't gotta check in for people, lame ass people who are saying Spotify is the way and no one's paying you. You get to see where the money is going, and understand what retailers are doing better than others. Like, you just have more personal control. So yeah, man, owning your shit. But this is like the trend, man. Investment groups starting new shit with other people to start up major labels,
Well,
and old school
I
guys
believe it's
the catalogs.
the Philippines or somewhere in Asia. KFC is actually considered more of a record label than a food place.
Oh yeah.
Because it's funny. Yeah. Hold on, let me quickly switch it up. But essentially, KFC has a record label in that place where they distribute CDs, and the go-to place to get music is KFC, and so they see it more as a record shop that also sells food.
Oh, that's interesting. Like social dynamics are quite interesting, right? When like yesterday, you and I and Andy were having this conversation on race and how it's experienced differently. So that's funny as fuck.
Here, let me share the screen. You're gonna laugh at this.
Let's check this out.
It's on Discogs. Look at this. They have a whole ass catalog. I can't hear you, bro. Nah, fam. None. Hello? Nope.
Yo, 1 2
Oh,
1.
there we go. There we go. Oh, it went again. Nah, fam. Your mic died?
No, man, it's still on.
Oh, there you go. It's back. Oh, and it's gone.
Hold on. It's like, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Wow, that's like I had to.
It's like you're cutting in and out.
Oh fuck. Okay, hold on.
Oh, there you go.
You know what? Let me reboot.
No, you're good.
Just good.
Yeah. Here you go. Indonesia.
Indonesia KFC playlist.
Here.
That's funny as fuck.
Here, look at the what I just sent you, or what I'm sharing the screen on. Yeah, no, we can't hear you. No, my guy. All right, well, Demuir's a bucket, and I guess he broke his computer because we can't hear shit from that mandem.
Yo,
Oh, there we go.
I think it has to do with the stream. Whenever you
On our
whenever
stream.
you share shit, uh, taking a channel. So as usual, one you need some because it's fucking technical.
There you go.
Yeah, and you still should be able to hear me.
I hear
Yeah,
you
so
right
it has
now.
everything. It's your
Yeah.
share screen, man.
That's
You
weird.
need to fix that, bro.
That's weird. It didn't happen last time, but anyway. So KFC is selling music in Indonesia. Like they have it's crazy. When I was watching a video on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, here you go. One of the biggest retailers of CDs in Indonesia is KFC.
Wow. That's funny, and I wonder if that's independently owned because Pepsi owns Yum Foods and Yum Foods owns KFC, Pizza Hut, Taco Bell.
No, the record label is fully owned by KFC.
Yeah, but what I'm wondering is if that branch of like the whole KFC, if that still rolls up into Yum Foods.
That's
Anyway,
interesting.
it's neither here nor there, but if it does still, that Pepsi is reaping the benefits from that because Pepsi owns Yum Foods. Um, anyway, yeah. So a little bit of a quiet week. Nothing too dramatic, but if you're an electronic music man, that's the thing to watch out for is some of those changes and trends. Um, the people who are owning the music now are investment groups
They're
for a
not
large
they're
part.
not musicians or record labels no more.
Yeah, they're not record labels. They're people with just a lot of capital, and they're starting to see music as another important part of their content money making portfolio. So
Yeah.
even more reason why you need to own your stuff, because you'll have much more leverage in these negotiations, and don't
Oh,
sign any perpetuity agreements with motherfuckers either.
LA just had a shit ton of earthquakes.
Damn,
That's how they woke them up at 4 a.m.
I don't know what's going on, bro.
Yeah, man.
Lots of crazy, lots of
No one's
crazy
liking
stuff.
their taxes, not even the earthquakes. Eh? The mass exodus part 2.
Crazy, man. So yeah, tax. Yeah, it is tax season. I'm waiting for a couple more things, and then I gotta get on. I gotta get on it. So
I think we should wrap it up there. I think, yeah, like I said, it's a quiet week.
you want to wrap it up? Oh, wanna,
Or what do you want to bring up? Mr.
oh, wanna.
Mr. Satan himself and the Nike lawsuits.
No, we're good, man.
Fuck him.
We're good. I don't need. Yeah, I don't need to talk about that. It's not touching dance music, so I'm good. Alrighty.
Well, I hope you guys had a good Easter weekend. Obviously, this is posted way after Easter. But yeah, thanks so much for joining us,
Clap,
guys.
clap.
Don't forget to go to patreon.com/Demuir official, where you guys can sign up for the Demuir/Phil Weeks contest. And yeah.
That's right, baby.
Yeah,
All right,
I
yeah.
got the
Thanks for
plugs on
joining.
point.
Thanks for joining. You know how we do it here, man. I'll give you a little. Yeah, I'll give you a little butter groove, just to play it out. Play it out. Cause you're a bucket. You're a bucket, one.
You're a bucket.
You're a bucket.
I'm wearing a regular hat, not a bucket hat.
You're a bucket. You're a bucket with holes, guy. You know, I was gonna say, you're starting to get a little bit of a fan base there. You're starting to upset people with your commentary.
Oh, am I? Oh.
People are like, "Who is this guy? Show me a picture."
Well, they can see me any time of the week, guy.
Just go on our which reminds me, go on our YouTube. You see the full video of the pod. Fucking hilarious.
Of course, and if you guys really want to cancel me, make sure you guys tag me on Instagram. It's _limitless. And if you guys want to cancel Demuir, it's Demuir. It's just Demuir. That's it.
Cancel me.
Please do. We need a little bit more publicity for our entertainment, and people who will cancel us are poor people who don't do anything in their lives. So fuck them.
Peasants, bro. Peasants.
That's what they are, bro. They probably don't even have satellite radio.
Anyways, on that note, man, let's bounce.
All right.
Peace.
Peace.